as we roll into the month of March, you can see La Luna in her phases. She's coming off of the light of the full moon into the La'a phase, into going into the quarter moon phase, which happens at the end of the week. You can see there on Friday, it's half light and half dark. That indicates the quarter phase. And as we know, the sun in Pisces with the symbol of the fish up there for this month, even though we've already been into Pisces since February. That's why the Gregorian calendar and the way we structure our months don't necessarily line up to the solar ingresses of each sign or the beginning of the new moon, which moon and month are the same word, which would be nice if they did, because it would make it a lot easier to flow with the changes. And Pisces is all about the flow. It's the perfect balance of yin and yang. You can see the fish there with the constellation of Pisces. It's the ending of the winter season, the mutable season. It's a water sign. It often represents the mists of the water, like the rain. And even though, each raindrop is individual, it's a rain, or like the body of the ocean. Each water drop is individual, but it comes together as a whole. And that's what Pisces is trying to do. Pisces is trying to unify the whole, bringing the yin and yang together to create peace. Peace in your own life, peace in your relationship, peace for the world. So you can see there with La Luna's phases, since we just came off of the full moon, the end of February in Virgo, of course, because that's the opposite of Pisces, the complementary sign. And now she's going into her last quarter waning phase. Again, like you can see there on Friday, half light, half dark. And that will be in Sagittarius, because each of the signs have a quarter moon phase, a waxing, and a waning. And because Pisces is the end of winter, then the first waxing phase would be in Gemini, the full moon in Virgo, which we just had, and now the last quarter square in Sagittarius. There, as you can see, half light and half dark. In Hawaiian, it's considered the Oli phases. It's a resting time because, as we know, the quarter phases are the most challenging aspect, is that 90-degree angle. And this one is going to be a little extra charged because Mars will just have moved into Gemini. And Gemini squares Pisces, and Gemini also opposes Sagittarius. So since the moon moves faster, you always have to look for the faster moving planet to be applying to the square or opposition or any aspect. So the moon, when it's earlier, always aspects every other planet because it's the fastest moving celestial body. It travels through the whole zodiac in 1 month. Moon month, that comes from the same word, where each of the other planets have their own phases. Mars is usually about a 22-month cycle, so it's a little slower than the sun. The sun, obviously, about 30 days through each sign, and here we've already been into Pisces about 10 days since the end of February. So now Mars just entered Gemini, so that squares Pisces, but because the sun is already later in Pisces, it's not squaring the sun, but the moon coming into Sagittarius is creating that opposition because Mars is so early. And the moon, as soon as it enters Sag on, I think, Thursday, around 11:42 a.m. in Hawaii, you have to adjust for your own time. It will create a square to that Mars in Gemini. So, take heed of the astrological knowledge that we have available to us and think of those dynamics. Mars is action, Gemini is trips and traveling, and so is Sagittarius. So be careful on the road, be careful traveling, be careful of falls. And that is also something that's overall general for this year in general with the Saturn square Uranus. I know we've gone a little off topic there, but really have to watch out for accidents, just to be aware of it. Sometimes driving around. I know Hawaii is crazy with some drivers, so just watch out and be on the lookout. And being the Oli phases, it is a time more for relaxing and taking time out. So the following week, as you can see, the moon gets dark and we've come up to the new moon in Pisces. And here in Hawaii, it'll be on the 12th at 11:21 p.m. So almost midnight on the 12th. The moon will come up to the same degree as the sun, which is pretty late in Pisces, around the 20-degree mark. So 20 days into the sign of Pisces. And Neptune is there as well. And now Venus is in Pisces too. So we're going to have a stellium on that new moon in Pisces starting around midnight on the 12th for Hawaii, the 13th for everywhere else probably in the world. So that's going to be a very magical time, because if you think of Venus and Neptune, Neptune's a higher octave of Venus. Venus brings love, beauty, mysticism with the Pisces and Neptune, and the sun and moon will conjoin with Neptune and Venus. So that's a very magical and mystical time. So what kind of dreams can you bring into your life to manifest into reality? Mercury will join into Pisces in a few days later. And so that's really bringing them into reality. Writing them down, keeping a dream journal would probably be very helpful right now, especially during this new moon. Paying attention to your intuition, your imagination, your insights, your instincts. Pisces is very instinctual. It's not, it's a water sign, so it's a feeling sign. So pay attention to your feelings and what's going on around you, because like the mist, it's everywhere. I also like to use the symbol of the taco or the octopus here in Hawaii, because that's very Piscean to me. It where they can see all around them, like they have eyes in the back of their head, or touchy-feely tentacles all around them, because they feel their way into any situation. It's because it's the water sign. And so with all this stellium in Pisces, with the sun, moon, Venus and Neptune there, and then Mercury coming in, it's a very intuitive time, and a time to really get in touch with the nine muses, with music, with dance, with poetry. If you can get to the ocean, or any body of water, because Pisces rules the waters, that it could be very helpful, very insightful. Let the energy come to you. It's be receptive to whatever is coming through. And a lot of times through the dream realm, because since Pisces rules the dreams, the unconscious, the depths of the oceans, and also Neptune being there in Pisces, it's very potent, very strong energy right now through the imagination, through the mysteries of life and death, the transcendence, Pisces can be the sacrifice. Maybe there's something you need to give up during this time to take you to that higher level where you want to be. It can be very moody. It also rules the lymphatic system and the feet. Pisces rules the feet. So think about the feet. It holds up our whole body. So pay attention to your feet. If you can get out and walk on the beach, that could be very mystical and be very intuitive. Pisces is called the mahi-mahi in Hawaii as well. So tuning into, the schools of fish, they're all, unified. They're together. They hunt together. And that's kind of how Pisces is. It wants to bring unity. We've gone from the stellium of Capricorn into the stellium of Aquarius, the group, the flowing of waters, where now the Pisces energy, we're swimming in those Aquarian waters, and we want to unify. We want to bring together the yin and yang and bring peace into our world. So I'm wishing you a wonderful Pisces season. And after this new moon, And Pisces on the 13th, we'll be going into the spring season. As you can see, Aries, the spring equinox will happen about the March 20th. So that'll be the beginning of spring and the beginning of a whole new season. So we'll come back and make another video for that. All right, well, enjoy this beautiful, magical, mystical Pisces new moon. Aloha.